Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a different opinion. We have a hilarious one. It's kind of about how Kanye wore White Lives Matter shirt, right? With Candace Owens at the fashion show, right? So we'll jump into it here. Sharon Osbourne kind of just jokes around, right? She's talking to a reporter and she's just joking around and saying she wants her $900,000, which is 800,000 pounds, donation back, obviously after seeing what's actually been happening with the money, where more and more people who are at the top of BLM have actually been arrested for using money illegally. So we'll watch this little video here.
Said that Black Lives Matter is a scam.
Oh, well, we gave $900,000 to that, and I'd like my money back.
Yeah.
She's kind of like laughing at the same time. And I've seen quite a few articles on this where they actually make it seem like she's crazy and she's like, I want my money back, you know? They're trying to portray it as that, where she's just joking around, having a little laugh. Now, before we jump into the rest of them here and showing you kind of what's been happening with the money and why people are suddenly realizing that the donations have been being used for personal purposes. So before we jump into them, if you do want to support the channel, please subscribe below the video. Also like the video that you like and also comment with your opinions as well. The money is being used illegally. It's not being used to actually help communities. It's being used to buy houses. It's being used for personal purposes. So it's horrible because you're taking money off people. You're literally stealing money off people. That's what it is. So the BLM people who run it and the different factions of it in different areas in America should be held accountable because they've given BLM a massively bad name, right? Very, very bad name. And I noticed this, I swear, just after the riots happened. I already knew that this will pop up eventually. So we'll jump into it. The Independent, Sharon Osbourne says she wants her 800,000 pounds from Black Lives Matter donation refunded after Kanye West calls it a scam. Sharon Osbourne is in agreement of Kanye's highly controversial opinion that Black Lives Matter is a scam, after receiving strong criticism for donning White Lives Matter shirt during his recent Yeezy fashion show. The flashing lights rapper defended his actions on an Instagram story. Everyone knows that Black Lives Matter is a scam. Now it's over. You're welcome. While several fellow celebrities, including Jaden Smith, who doesn't even think that he's actually human. Have a read up on Jaden Smith, Will Smith's son. He actually doesn't think that he's human. So he doesn't have a gender, he said. He just doesn't believe he's a human. So he doesn't need to have a gender. Yeah. Have a little bit of a read up on him. Jodie Turner-Smith and Linda Evangelista have condemned his beliefs. Osbourne appeared to stand in support of West's claims. I don't understand why white lives don't matter. Listen, it's not my thing. It's not my culture. I don't understand it. Everybody matters, don't they? And then she also said that I don't know what his point is. He's trying to point out the hypocrisy that you're not allowed to wear a White Lives Matter shirt. You're not allowed to wear it or any other color Lives Matter shirt, right? Because you're labeled as a racist, a bigot, and blah, blah, blah. There's even people that have been commenting, you know, on Facebook, Instagram, all social media kind of thing, on this post where him and Candace Owens were wearing the shirts, and people are calling him a racist. And you know what? I clicked on a few of those profiles and the people are white that's calling him a racist. Kind of hypocritical? Yeah, I think so too. And then Osbourne laughed. Oh well, we gave $900,000 and I'd like my money back. Wish you could have said that before. Cold. So we'll jump into it. Kanye West defends White Lives Matter t-shirt on Tucker Carlson interview. And then he said, the reason why I wore it at the Paris fashion show is because they do. The 45-year-old rapper dabbled down on his decision to wear the shirt in an hour-long sit-down. I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right. It's using a gut instinct, a connection of God, just brilliance. Look, I don't agree with a lot of things he says. I mean, he does make decisions brashly, similar to like kind of bipolar. But the thing is, he speaks his mind, right? You know what he's saying is what he's thinking. Even if it's weird, even if it's out there, at least he's saying what he's thinking. He's not hiding behind a mantra where he has to agree with everyone's beliefs. He has to agree with everyone's train of thought. He just says his own stuff and he takes the consequences, right? So he said that his dad actually reached out to him. His dad said that he found the shirt hilarious. I thought the shirt was a funny shirt. And then you get white people commenting on things and calling Kanye West a racist. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So let's just jump into the BLM movement, right? Let's look at a couple of things that's been happening over the last few years. And these are just only a couple, right? There are so many out there of different cliques of the whole BLM movement, where there's literally each city has their own one. There's other ones from similar names which also get money. And yeah, let's just say they're being investigated big time. So Boston BLM activist and husband indicted on federal fraud charges. They are facing federal fraud and conspiracy charges after allegedly using non-profit they found to scam at least $185,000 from donors, federal authorities announced Tuesday. So she used the money to pay for rent, shopping sprees, hotels, car rentals, auto repairs, meal deliveries, and a summer vacation trip to Maryland. That's got a US attorney said. Next one. BLM's millions unaccounted for after leaders quietly jump ship. So no one appears to be in charge of BLM for months. The address it lists on the tax forms is wrong, and the charity's 2 board members won't say who controls its $60 million bankroll. BLM's shocking lack of transparency surrounding its finances operations raises major legal and ethical red flags. BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors, who was the one who was caught up with... Alright, so here we have it for you. Patrisse Cullors spends thousands renovating backyard of posh $1.4 million LA home. So the controversial Marxist co-founder BLM recently completed tens of thousands of dollars in renovation in an LA home. Patrisse Cullors, 39, former leader of the BLM Global Network Foundation, also added children's play area and her young son outside her 2,580 square foot 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in LA Topanga Canyon neighborhood. At the time of her 2021 resignation, Cullors insisted her retirement from the group that she had led for 6 years has been in the works and was not tied to the controversy surrounding the shopping spree in which she amassed 4 properties for more than $3.2 million amid the group's troubled finances. Cullors also used donations to pay a company owned by her baby daddy, Damon Turner, $969,000 for live production design media, according to the group's like, wow. The money has not been going, and this is just one of the networks, right? This is just one of the networks. They're all being investigated now. Like, I'm not saying it's all the BLM ones, but most of them are being investigated for money and fraud, etc. So Memphis BLM founder Pamela Moses sentenced to 6 years for illegal voting. Founder of the BLM chapter in Memphis has been sentenced to 6 years for illegal registered to vote in Tennessee. The judge accused her of deceiving the probation department to obtain the right to vote. You tricked the probation department into giving you documents saying you are off probation. In 2015, Moses pleaded guilty to tampering with evidence and forgery, both felonies, and to misdemeanor charges of perjury, stalking, and theft under $500, and escape. She was placed on probation for 7 years and deemed ineligible to vote because of tampering. So just to show you that network that Cullors was running, the BLM Matter Global Network Foundation did not raise a single penny for the first 6 years of its existence. It couldn't. The foundation wasn't even registered with the IRS as a charity, but after George Floyd's murder in May 2020, tens of millions of dollars were given to this organization from major corporations and celebrities. And now no one even knows where all that money has gone. Even worse, it doesn't appear to be anyone in charge of the organization to provide information. Unable to accept the avalanche of money sent its way, BLM channeled donations through thousands, currents, and the Tides Foundation until its IRS approved its application for non-profit status in December 2020. So non-profit, right? So all that money needs to go out, which it never did. And around that time, thousands of currents transferred $66.5 million to BLM, a transaction personally signed off by the BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors, who was found to buy all those houses, right? So Cullors later issued the organization's first ever impact report in February 2021, claiming that the organization has raised over $90 million in 2020, spent $8.4 million on operating expenses, and given out 21.7 million to local BLM chapters and affiliated organizations. But these were just top line numbers in a flashy communications product. No details were given on who was specifically paid what. Just 3 months later, Colors left BLM, claiming that she wants to focus on other projects. And the rest is history, right? And then lastly, to finish it off, Twitter locks down Kanye West account after a message about Jewish people. Of course he would, right? He's just been banned from Insta, now it's Twitter. This man is a walking news article, in my opinion. Let me know what you think as well about everything, about the movement. Where do you think all that money went? And also, do you think it's such a big deal that Kanye West wore a White Lives Matter shirt? Let me know in the comments. Also, subscribe if you want to support the channel, and like the video if you liked it. Thank you for watching.